Well, hello, my friends. Adam Stevens, coach and counselor from St. Louis, Missouri. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is about pivoting your career in middle life without blowing your life up, right? Which is something I'm kind of an expert at because I've been doing it for the last 5 years. I'm going to jump straight into the talking points today. I always teach on threes. Tony Robbins taught me that, teach in threes. So, number one, your skills are more important than your job title. Number two, you don't always need another degree. And number three, you can teach, lead, or create without a traditional job role. You can use these as skills instead of roles. So number one, your skills matter more than your job title. This is actually pretty just common sense, but when people start to get burnout and struggle in their careers, they're not always thinking about the total package that they're bringing to the table. So, skills. In any growth market, okay, so healthcare is obviously a growing market, but like something like engineering or coding, developing, the ability to think, to conceptualize, the ability to design, the ability, verbal fluency, so the ability to speak. Okay, so we have an idea. Let's take the idea, let's design the idea. Well, we've got to be able to put it maybe in a slide deck or a presentation. The ability to speak, I can stand in front of 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 people, pitch it, here's the idea, this is why. If you actually look at what's going on, because I do coach and talk to high-level leaders, not only do you have to justify your teams nowadays, a lot of bigger corporations actually have bigger kind of congresses every year where you have to kind of justify revenue within the corporation. Like, oh, our team is doing X, we're gonna pitch this. How did it come off at the kind of like bigger, kind of like a mini TED conference for a big corporation? And are the executives gonna fund that project? How did it come off? Do they seem like they have it going on? So the ability to design, conceptualize, and be verbally fluent, teach your ideas and be persuasive. I'm telling you right now, if you don't know how to use Canva, if you don't know how to use ChatGPT, if you don't know how to use PowerPoint, and you can't create a concept and pitch it to people, 20, 30, 40 people, if you can't speak publicly, I'm telling you the white collar economy is going to crush you in the next 5 to 10 years. Just saying this. This is not your baby boomer parents' economy anymore. We are really in a white collar recession. I truly believe that. In fact, the people struggling the most right now, dear friends and clients I've coached, are people that traditionally make 150K more. People used to be able to find those jobs. They came in, they had skill, they became a middle manager, they became a director, and they moved in, either director or C-suite or VP or something like that. And they could find roles where they were making lots of money. I'm telling you right now, I have friends that have C-suite level educations and experience that can't find work right now. So I do think we're in a white collar recession. So right now, I would say the ability to design, conceptualize, and speak publicly are extremely valuable skills. And it doesn't matter what you're doing. What do we do in the medical field? I did the medical field for almost 2 decades. We stand around, we have what we call a round. Okay, well, what do you think? We conceptualize a case, we speak, we are persuasive, we make improvements. As an administrator, whether this would be in like education or whether this would be in any corporation, what do? Okay, we have a goal, so we have to come up with an initiative. We have to roll out the initiative, and then we have to come back 2 or 3 months later and evaluate, hey, how did the initiative go? Did it work? Did it get us our goal? Did we cash flow an idea, right? Your skills are always gonna be more valuable than your actual job title. Your job title doesn't matter. And if you go and follow human resource professionals, chief talent, people on Instagram and stuff who are actually putting a lot of this data out, they're telling you right now, titles are proprietary, nobody cares. They wanna know that you have passion and experience and you're gonna be a team player. And that you're gonna have those soft skills, taking feedback honestly, being adaptable, and being empathetic, okay? That's just the new world we live in. And that's good, that's what we should be doing, because we all wanna go to work and have fun instead of it being like a toxic cesspool, like many corporations in the past people had to put up with. Number two, you don't always need a new degree. Now, I don't wanna sound like a total hypocrite because I went to grad school at 41, right? I did seek out a new degree, but you don't always need it. In fact, the kind of old model of, oh, just be a doctor or a lawyer or something, it'll be great. Man. I have friends that are landscapers that make more money than some of my friends that are attorneys. Seriously, one dude with a truck and a trailer is making more, sometimes in some cases twice as much as my friends that are attorneys. I still think engineering, really great safe bet. I don't think AI will replace engineers. I think the most talented engineers will be using AI. Straight up software coding and computer science, I don't know about all that, but I think engineering is a safe bet. I just went, I was hanging out with some friends the other day. I have a friend, mechanical engineer, now does most of it as digital coding. So most of it is software development and just working with his clients in that way. So still engineering brain, still processes, still understanding how to serve people within your organization or your client through processes and through being creative and through science and STEM stuff. But at the same time, that's a guy who's going to be coding and he's going to be using AI to code, not necessarily getting replaced by, a bot, right? So when it comes down to that, you might not always need a new degree. But if you are gonna do a pivot, like a lot of people want to pivot into IT right now, something like a coding boot camp is good, but something even better than that would be an A+ certification. So doing something like that, and then maybe as you're working, maybe in a help desk environment, or if you did that and maybe you worked for a small company and you deployed laptops and did the phones and a few things as an IT guy while you did a coding boot camp, then you're kind of going more of a lateral move, especially if you have a bit more of a business or corporate pedigree than say someone right now you're younger and like you're kind of stuck in like a service level work or hospitality, and then you're doing a boot camp trying to leverage in. You might have more luck if you're already in an IT or an engineering adjacent role, and then you do a coding boot camp to kind of leverage your way into tech. And I still think those jobs aren't going away. STEM, tech, I think that stuff's here to stay. I mean, the biggest 7 companies in the world are tech and they're all American. What you want to understand is that you don't always have to have a particular role to do the thing. So teaching, you don't have to go be an elementary school or a high school teacher or a professor to be a teacher. You can train people. You can do that in human resources. You can be a corporate trainer. You can do that as a line manager. You can do that as a project manager. So don't think that, oh, well, my skill is teaching, I have to be a teacher. Actually, I've been told this, and this is kind of a humble brag, I am a teacher. I mean, I've got thousands of hours of content online. What is teaching? Big conceptual ideas, we make them easy, we speak them, we assess where a person is, and we try and teach them stuff. I've got a close family member that was an educator and was really struggling with burnout and has now leveraged her way into training within a small to mid-level business. And as a trainer, still an educator, still teaching, still verbal, still developing. So there's that developer skill set, there's that nurturing skill set, but there's also that verbal fluency and that intelligence and breaking down the ideas, now working in a training role. So if you are an educator and you're burnt out, look, public education is hard. Look for training roles. Look to leverage into training, maybe look to leverage into human resources, something like that. Vocational rehabs, stuff like that. So think about that and understand that also, like, you don't have to be an artist to be artistic, right? I would call myself fairly creative. I play guitar. I'm fairly proficient at blues and jazz guitar, but I'm very creative, right? For instance, like every week, I conceptualize what I want to deliver, and I use AI to write a script. That AI script will be my newsletter. Usually, I'll do a newsletter twice a month. It will be my script for a live stream. That will help me produce an 8 to 9 minute YouTube video. And then I will take that script and also do LinkedIn style content and Facebook content. I don't do much with Insta, but I'm creating all the time. I have a Canva suite. I have premium ChatGPT. I have tens of thousands of words in a cloud now. And plus graduate level work, academic level research. If I wanted to, I could go through and scrape this all together and put together a book. So the beauty of being creative and the cloud technology and AI is that you're leaving a paper trail for your future creative endeavors. So you don't have to be a sculptor to be artistic. You can, create digital content and train people. Thanks so much for tuning in. I always appreciate your guys' support. And one last thing, I want to encourage you to go to adamstevenscoaching.com and learn about the Reset Framework. The Reset Framework is a 1-to-1 90-day personal coaching program for burnout adults. If you are between 30 and your mid to late 40s, you are kind of that classical, kind of maybe millennial or younger Gen X, and you're burnout in your career, I do one thing. I get one result for people. We're going to put joy back into your work. So if you're burnout, 3 paths, man. You're gonna stay, but you're gonna work on your boundaries. 2, big kid pants go on. We're updating our resume and we're gonna go. Or we're gonna grow in place. We're gonna say, I've gotta make a shift. And maybe I tell people when you prepare for a shift, prepare for 18 months to 2 years of tightening up your budget and working your butt off, right? So you're gonna have to keep your 40 hours and you're gonna have to put in another 10, 15, 20, 30 on whatever the side hustle is or whatever the future is, if it is a degree or if it's not. If you wanna build something new and you wanna be somewhere else 5 years from now, you've gotta have the guts to make a change. And if you have the time, if you don't have the capital right now, you've got to leverage time and talent, okay? And it's no big deal. It's gonna take, it takes most people 18 months to 2 years to even formulate a business to where it could even functionally work or scale. So go to adamstevenscoaching.com, learn about the Reset Framework. It's an awesome 90-day one-to-one coaching program. We're gonna figure out, are you gonna stay, are you gonna go, are you gonna grow? Thanks for tuning in, my friends.